Okay, here we have got activity number 5. So we are given 1 minus cos squared 2x. This is x all over 4 cos 90 degrees plus 2x. This is our activity number 5. So they say simplify to a single trigonometric ratio for 3 marks. So we need to work out this so that we shall generate a single ratio. So first of all, knowledge o tshwanetse o tsebe ke grade 8, grade 11 or grade 12. So let's keep it from grade 11. For grade 11, we were working with square identities. And then we're also working with reduction formulas. So these are the two things that we're working with for grade 11. So why do I take it back to grade 11? Because already I can see reduction formula. I can see reduction formula. I see 1 minus cos squared 2x. Remember that 2x in this case is an angle, is the same as theta. This is our angle. We are not going to say 2x as double angle, but we are saying 2x. So what is this? 1 minus cos squared 2x. Current square identity serum. We said that sine squared theta plus cos squared theta. The answer is 1. Meaning that if I want 1 minus cos squared 2x, which in this case 2x is the same as theta, I can simply say sine squared theta is equals to 1. Then I transport this one this side. Then it will become cos squared theta. So hence I'm saying grade 11 work. So in other words, where I see 1 minus cos squared theta, I can put sine squared theta. So meaning that for this one, I'm going to say sine squared 2x. Let's rewrite it properly. Sine squared 2x. Then 4 remains as 4. Now again, I have cos 90 degrees plus theta. How can I write this? Because it's cos and 90 plus. So if I go to my reduction table, I know that all identities are positive in the first quadrant, and in the first quadrant again, we get 90 degrees minus theta. Then in the second quadrant, we have sine. So sine is in the second quadrant, and in this quadrant, we have 90 degrees plus theta and 180 degrees minus theta. So if I see 90 plus, and cos, it means that cos is not supposed to. Then we also have tan. Tan is in the third quadrant. And in the third quadrant, we have 180 degrees plus theta. And we also have 270 degrees minus theta. Then lastly, we have cos. Cos is in the fourth quadrant, and then in the fourth quadrant we have 270 degrees plus theta and 360 degrees minus theta. And therefore, if we proceed to the first quadrant, we'll still have, because here it says 360 minus, it means that this side we must have 360 degrees plus theta. So if you know this, you are done with this question. Now we are going to check, where do we find 90 plus? 90 plus is in the second quadrant, and then that is where sine must be. But what do we have here? We don't have sine, we have cos. Therefore, it means that this is negative. But because it's 90, then we say cos 90 minus theta is the same as sine theta. Cos of 90 plus theta is the same as negative sine theta. Sine of 90 minus theta is the same as cos theta. But sine of 90 plus theta is the same as cos theta. So, now we check. Do we have 90 plus angle? Yes, we have 90 plus an angle. So if it's 90 plus an angle, it's very cos. But this cos, the sign is going to be negative. So it means that now we have negative 4 sine of 2x. So once we have that, it means that we can simply say this is the same as sine 2x multiplied by sine 2x, all divided by negative 4 sine 2x. So because we are multiplying, it means that this and that can cancel. Then we are left with sine 2x divided by negative 4. And that is your solution for 5.3.1. Now, when they say hence determine the general solution, it means that they want you to use this. That is why they use the term hence. Sometimes they will say hence otherwise. But in this case, they just said hence. Or you must take this and also utilize it on 5.3.2. So our solution in this case was from negative cos squared 2x over 4 cos 90 plus 2x. So because they used the term hence, or we are no longer going back to solve this. We just say negative sine 2x over 4 is equals to 0.21. Remember that this negative is actually for negative 4. So sine 2x is equals to negative 4 multiplied by 0.21. This means that sine 2x is the same as negative 21 over 25. Now we need to solve this. So from here, we are saying 2x is equals to arcsine of negative 21 over 25, where in the answer is negative 57,14 degrees. This is our 2x. But now if you check the smallest acute angle that we have, it means that our 2x is equals to 57,14 degrees. So if I draw this Cartesian plane, it means that we can say that the angle here is 57,14. But it says that sine must be negative. Where do we find sine negative? According to cast, sine is negative here and here. So rather 57 re ka no e tjara e shaka. Ya ba re mo ge re 180 degrees. Or we are going there, we are going to add. So but because kamo sine is positive, we can use, and even this side sine is positive, so we can't use these two. So therefore, we are going to write our solutions as 2x is equals to 180 degrees plus 57,14, which is 2x is the same as 237,14 degrees. Again, plus k multiplied by 360 degrees. But now, we are looking for the value of x, not for the value of 2x. Therefore, we divide this by 2, we divide this by 2, and we also divide this by 2. So our x, because this will cancel out that. Then we say the answer divided by 2. We get 118,57 plus k multiplied by 180 degrees, where k is an element of integers. So we can also do the same and bring 57 this side. So because it's this side, when you go down, it's 360 degrees minus. So we are going to say 360 minus 57,14. Then we get 302,86. So it means that we still take it from here. Be very careful here. Don't just rush. We still take it from here. We take it from here. It means that re ngola ka mokgwa. Re ngola so 2x is equals to 360 degrees minus 57,14 degrees. We take this one or this statement here. Then ke sona re stisham. But because re boletse re kara quadrantly, we are in this quadrant. It means that we are going to say 360 minus. That is why when I get 360 minus the small acute angle. So at the end, we're going to have 2x is equals to 302,86 plus k multiplied by 360 degrees. Again, where k is an element of integers. We divide everything by 2. It means that this will cancel that. We are left with x is equals to divide by 2 151, comma 43 plus k, which is the element of 180 degrees. K is an element of integers. So now, if we are looking for our solutions, it means that our solutions are this one and that. So in this case, we have two solutions. So keep on doing the practice and we will meet again in the next lesson.